You condemn Hamas? Seriously?
Your voice is annoying. Stop. Your voice
so
is
is yours, but that's okay.
Yeah,
so is yours,
maybe.
but I manage.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? People pay to come to my shows. They won't pay to come to yours.
Videos I've seen of fat Gazans, of fat Hamas fighters, of overweight Gazans.
Welcome back everyone. Very important and a must-see video tonight. Bassem Youssef up against the con man Jonathan Conricus on the Piers show. As you've seen in the opening clip, things get really messy really fast. I've not done a video on Jonathan for some time just because the news moves so fast, but this guy is a definition of evil. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with my voice. Let's take a look.
All of the Israeli cabinets have genocidal language. And Mr. Jonathan Conricus on the other side, he's like saying that they represent their constituents, which means the whole society, the whole community is genocidal. This is what they represent. And actually, I think like we're asking the wrong question. We should be asking, like, instead of what we do, we should start asking, why are we funding this? Why is my tax money, $30 billion to date, went to Israel to buy 2,000 pounds bombs and F-35s to dump Palestinians? Why is your tax money, Piers, is going to the British government to finance this? If Israel wants to defend itself, let it defend itself by itself, not with my money. You would spend 3 hours talking about if this is a proportionate response, but we'll not talk about 3 minutes. Why is my money, why is hurricane relief funds in America are going to fund Israel? Also, like, I don't understand the relationship between America and Israel. It's like, it's the most effed up situation ever. We're like the world's most pathetic sugar daddy. We give them billions of dollars and they shit on us. Like Mr. Jonathan said, now we're ganging on them. We're not helpful. Dude, we gave you $30 billion to bomb children and it's not enough for you. Like, I mean, at least when you pay a dominatrix, you know that you're getting fucked. But this is just America having a public humiliation king while getting fucked, and they call this foreign policy. They are arresting American students on American soils for protesting Israeli war crimes. What the hell, man? This is like your crack whore making you beat your children for calling her what she is, a whore. And this is what really boggles me in America. The right and the left, they fight each other tooth and nail over gun control, education, minorities' rights, healthcare, DEI. But when it comes to Israel, everybody competes to be Israel's favorite bitch. Republicans hate handouts unless it's for Israel. And Democrats, they love human rights unless it's for the Palestinians. I mean, this is a Delulu state. You guys are Delulu. You are Delulu. Like, I came here today to witness for myself how someone can lie so shamelessly. The guy is like a human pinball machine. Every question lies on him, ends on Hamas. It's like a magic 8-ball with one answer. Hamas. Yani, at least flat earthers, they make things interesting. You guys are boring.
As Bassem said, the cost of living is ridiculous right now. Most people are struggling to even make ends meet. And then we find that our government takes our taxes to fund an army that kills civilians openly and unapologetically. If Israel wants to go to war, then let them do so with their own money, not my money. Bassem is absolutely right. We give Israel our money only for them to shit on us whilst laughing at us. The biggest clowns in the world right now are our own governments being blamed, violated by the country that we are sending money to. Never bite the hand that feeds you, but in Israel's case, don't just bite, take the whole bloody arm. $30 billion was sent in this conflict alone. Over $300 billion has been sent over the last few decades.
Talk about US funds to Egypt. Let's talk about their cruelty. Let's talk about how they have prevented humanitarian access to Gaza. Let's talk about the fact that they have built the world's biggest wall that dwarfs the Chinese wall and all Israeli security walls between Gaza and Egypt. Why did they do that? Out of Muslim compassion? Out of care for humanitarian rights of their Arab brothers? No, because they want the poor Gazans in, and because they know that programs like this one and other programs will support Hamas propaganda and will blame Israel for what's happening.
To be clear, programs like this one, hosted by me, which is the point you're making, I think, I'm afraid, I take exception to a 3-month policy of starvation of a populace that's been relentlessly bombarded that includes so many children. That's my problem. And I think that the war aims, the stated war aims of Israel at the start of this, which was to eliminate Hamas and to get the hostages released, neither of those things have happened. All that's happening is more and more civilians are getting killed in the process of going after the Hamas terrorists. And you've taken also, as a government, to starving already impoverished children. Well, I'm going to go to Bassem for his response, but since you you brought that up about this program
Piers,
and what it represents.
10 allegations against me, and I don't get to respond?
Okay, well, I'm going to let Bassem respond, but that is my response to what you said. So, Bassem.
So let's.
Well,
let's
I didn't,
about,
finish making a coherent sentence.
Well, let Bassem finish first.
Okay, by all means.
I didn't interrupt you. All right? You asked me about Egypt. I'll answer you about Egypt.
You didn't.
Egypt
and I appreciate
takes
that.
1/3 of the aid that Israel receives, while Egypt have 10 times the population. Egypt never received $30 billion to murder children and bomb hospitals. Egypt was never allowed to have the privilege of having more than 58 vetoes in the Security Council, right? And also, why doesn't Egypt take Palestinians? This is like someone going into Fifth Avenue, shooting someone in the face. And it's like, why do the neighbors don't bury the body? You're the guys doing the killing, not Egypt. So stop talking about Egypt. Anyways, and I would like to, like Jonathan and his likes, to please stop Zionizing us. Stop the Zionizing. Zionizing, it's a verb which means to gaslight someone with such shameless, narcissistic, psychopathic audacity that you deny reality to their faces while simultaneously playing the victim, engaging in endless circle debates that go nowhere and displaying a complete loss of empathy and basic humanity. Take him, for example, and the likes of him. You show them a video, it didn't happen. You show them UN reports, these are lies. You mention international law, it's complicated. You get testimonies on the ground from doctors and nurses at Hamas propaganda. We saw it with our own eyes. Your optic nerve is anti-Semitic. Like Israel is like Shaggy. We saw you won the hospital. It wasn't me. We saw you killed the children. It wasn't me. Dude, your war crimes are documented. Hamas propaganda also, it wasn't me. There is no point of debating gaslighters. We have 4K videos, satellite imagery, and your own soldiers posting on TikTok bragging about killing children. But
Bassem is absolutely right. We reached a point now and very early on that there really is no need for any debates, especially with the likes of Jonathan. There's just no point. I have to do a video not because I want to. I just worked a 10-hour shift, but I have no choice. We need to expose these people. Israel has categorically denied everything. Blockade, the killing, the bombing, the videos. Apparently it all never happened.
Videos I've seen of fat Gazans, of fat Hamas fighters, of overweight Gazans. Do you know how difficult it is for an Israeli to believe that Gazans are starving when I see in social media that there are open hotels, that the markets have fresh produce, and that I know the amount of food that is coming into the Gaza Strip? So allow me to question and doubt blogs and catchy names and popular culture at
And you don't think that branding Gazans a bunch of fat people who aren't starving, you think that's not a catchy little phrase
to get attention? This is the funniest shit I've ever heard.
I mean, come on. Really, Jonathan? You're reduced to saying that all Gazans are so overfed, they're all fat. Come on, man.
Send them treadmills and pelotons.
Piers, the only really skinny people that I've seen in Gaza, you know who they were? They were Israeli hostages that were starved by Hamas. They are the only skinny people, malnourished and tortured people that I've seen coming out of Gaza. They are the only ones that have been really malnourished. All the other ones that I've seen, and believe me, I have watched hours and hours of footage of Gaza that none of you have taken the time to watch, and I've seen a lot of healthy and some of them, yes, overweight.
To verify whether there are actually any starving people in Gaza. Why don't you, if you're so right, and all the Gazans are incredibly fat from all the extra food they've been eating.
No, that's not what I said.
You did, actually.
Piers, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said that I've seen fat
and we can analyse just how many fat people in Gaza there are who've been overfed in the last few months.
And we can analyse how many times UN organizations have weathered
the thing is, Jonathan, you can say what the hell you like, but we can't verify it, can we? You won't let journalists get in to verify it.
Fat and overweight Gazans, this shameless human calls people going through a genocide fat and overweight, people who have had their families destroyed, and he describes them as fat and overweight. You sick man, Jonathan. What goes around comes around, you sick son of a bitch. How stupid can you get? He denies it when Bassem talks about the 4K videos. Yeah, he says, how can I believe they are starving when I see it on social media? Clearly he picks and chooses what he wants to believe. Open hotels and fresh produce. From where? Where are these hotels that are open for business in Gaza, and where is this fresh produce? Which farm is this coming from? You sick sick human. This is exactly what Bassem was referring to. These Israeli officials bring zero evidence of their own, denying all the evidence we bring, and then come out onto debates just to stir the pot that little bit more.
First of all, Israel is known, they have broken more international laws than Diddy has violated young rappers, right? This is bullshit, right? This is the problem with debating with pathological liars than him. It's like trying to nail jelly to the wall. It's messy, it's pointless, and everybody watching knows that you're wasting your time. Pathological liars don't argue with you. They argue to exhaust you, right? The whole point is to drag you into pointless and a maze of circular logic that you either give up or you lose your temper, right? You present evidence, they question the source. You give them the source, the sources are biased. You show them video footage, the footage is taken out of context. You give them the context, like it's complicated. For them, truth is not a destination. Truth is a moving target, right? Everything can be always debated, including gravity, right? Reality for them is another opinion. War crimes becomes allegation, genocide becomes a conflict, dead children becomes casualties in a very sad, complex situation. Words have no meaning anymore, right? So they do all of that while maintaining this calm, reasonable demeanor, like him. He has like a resting genocide face. It's like crazy, right? They're here to waste time while people die.